So, you're ready to become a confident cultural bridge builder, connecting your own community to the whole world. Well, you are in exactly the right place. Let's dive into the playbook that's going to help you do just that.
Just think about that for a second. Seriously, this one question, it gets to the very heart of what this is all about. You're not just finding a desk for a student. You're opening a door to new ways of thinking, to new friendships. You're bringing a new piece of the world into a school.
And let's be clear, the impact you're making here, it's huge. You're the person who brings real cultural diversity into a classroom, giving local students a kind of global awareness they just can't get from a textbook. We're talking about genuinely life-changing experiences, building real bridges between communities, one student at a time. That's powerful stuff.
Okay, so first things first. Before we even think about making that call, we have to get inside their heads. This first section is all about understanding the school's world, because putting yourself in their shoes, that's the key to unlocking real trust.
So, what is actually on an administrator's mind? Here's the secret. The thing you have to understand. Schools aren't rejecting students. They're trying to avoid two things: risk and extra work. That's it. Once you get that, your whole approach just clicks into place. You're not asking for a favor anymore. You're offering them a solution.
Look at this table. This is your magic formula right here. It perfectly maps every one of their worries to one of your solutions. Are they worried about the administrative workload? Boom. You handle all the logistics. Student safety? You explain that every student is completely vetted and screened. Academic standards? You point out that students are handpicked because they're ready. See? You are the answer to every potential question they might have.
Now, knowing who to talk to is everything. The principal, yeah, they're the final decision maker, but you'll probably have to go through the assistant principal or the registrar first. Think of them as the gatekeepers. And whatever you do, do not underestimate the guidance counselors. They are major influencers in the school. You've got to respect the process.
All right, now for the fun part. Let's get tactical. Here's your step-by-step playbook. This isn't theory. It's a clear, repeatable process that is going to give you all the confidence you need to walk into any school and get that yes. First, the warm introduction. Just a simple, respectful call or email. Second, and this is a big one, build that trust, and fast. Immediately talk about the student vetting and the local support. Third, you present the value. What's in it for them? Fourth, and this is so critical, you get ahead of their objections. And finally, step 5, you just confidently and respectfully ask for that yes.
But what happens when you get a little pushback? A no, or maybe a, not sure right now. Well, that's what this next section is all about. Look, an objection isn't a closed door. It's actually an invitation, an opportunity to listen, to understand them better, and to build even more trust.
Ah, yes, the classic. We're too full. You're going to hear this one for sure. The school feels totally overwhelmed, and the idea of adding just one more thing, one more person, feels impossible to them. But don't worry, you're ready for this.
And here is your answer. It's not about arguing. It's about empathy and reframing the whole idea. You acknowledge their concern, and then you gently remind them of the incredible impact just one student can have. It's not about the numbers game, it's about the value.
Oof, this one's a toughie. A past negative experience can shut a conversation down cold if you're not prepared. They're basically telling you, we've been burned before and we're not eager to touch that stove again.
But check out this response. You don't dismiss their past experience. You lean into it. You use it. You turn their old problem into your program's current strength. It shows you totally get their hesitation and that your program was literally designed to prevent those exact kinds of issues from happening.
Okay, so you've got the framework. You know how to handle the curveballs. Now let's talk about the pro tips. This is the stuff that takes you from being just competent to being absolutely exceptional at what you do.
This is probably the most important thing to remember. This is not a one-and-done deal. You are not a salesperson. You're a community partner, and you're building long-term relationships. That trust is worth so much more than any single placement.
Okay, this might sound obvious, but it's super important. You have to look the part. You're an education partner, so dress like one. It shows you respect them, their environment, and their time. You know, first impressions really do count.
There's a fine line between being persistent and being pushy, right? Well, you want to be on the right side of that line. A polite, consistent follow-up just shows that you're committed and organized. It's all about finding that perfect balance.
Oh, this is a great one. If another school in the district or even in a neighboring town has had a great experience, you have to mention it. It's called social proof, and it is gold. It just makes an administrator feel so much safer and more comfortable about saying yes.
So, as we bring this all home, I really want you to hold on to this thought. Never, ever lose sight of the bigger picture here. This isn't about paperwork and approvals. Your work is opening a door between two cultures. It has a profound, lasting impact.
You have the playbook, you have the insights, you definitely have the passion. So what's the next step? It's really simple. Make that call, send that email, go out there and start the conversation.